The longer I live, the more frequently I witness people around me experiencing violence in relationships. This is not limited to physical violence but also includes mental and psychological abuse. What's surprising is that this violence occurs across various layers of society, disregarding social status, ethnicity, or economic background. Absolutely. And the question that often arises is, why do these victims not end the relationship or leave their abusive partners? Why do some women persist with men who harm them physically? Or conversely, why do some men stay with women who degrade their self-worth? To better understand, let's delve into a story. There's a woman, let's call her Nina. Nina is my college friend, an independent, smart, and accomplished woman. However, despite appearing strong, Nina encountered violence in her relationship. Sometimes, we forget that we are all young, naive, and perhaps overly optimistic. Nina first met her boyfriend during orientation week. From the outside, he seemed humorous, intelligent, and charming. He quickly made Nina feel loved and special. And that was the beginning of a toxic relationship. Nina didn't realize the early signs that her boyfriend had the potential for violence. Blind love and youthful innocence may have prevented her from seeing the behavioral patterns leading to violence. To start, her boyfriend controlled small aspects of Nina's life, such as appearance and friends. This is a common tactic used to isolate the victim and make them emotionally dependent on the perpetrator. One day, her boyfriend faced misfortune, and he used this opportunity to play the victim. Feeling guilty out of love, Nina became more obedient and submissive to her partner. The next stages involved threats and violence, both physical and mental. Her boyfriend began to change, exercising aggression and making threats of violence. Nina felt afraid but still believed their love would change everything. The first violence Nina experienced was psychological. Her boyfriend prohibited Nina from dressing up or wearing makeup, restricted her social interactions, and imposed other mental pressures. Despite being constantly hurt, Nina remained unaware that she was in a toxic relationship. Her boyfriend used various manipulations to convince Nina that she couldn't live without him. This pattern wasn't confined to their relationship but often represents a common characteristic of toxic relationships. One day, after gaining a better understanding of her situation, Nina decided to confide in friends and seek help. However, when her friends offered assistance and reported to the police, Nina refused. The situation became more complicated when her boyfriend responded by escalating the violence, and Nina felt even more trapped, until one day, after enduring severe physical abuse, Nina finally realized that her life was in danger. She decided to report to her parents, the campus authorities, and the police. After mediation and intervention, her boyfriend was imprisoned. However, this process wasn't easy, and Nina had to face disbelief and accusations from those around her. Sometimes, we forget that supporting victims of violence is everyone's responsibility. Intimate partner violence can involve various forms, ranging from physical violence to mental and psychological abuse. This phenomenon reflects the complexity of interpersonal dynamics that occur across different layers of society. The fact that intimate partner violence does not discriminate based on social status, ethnicity, or economic background highlights the troubling and widespread nature of this issue. It can be associated with factors such as economic pressure, gender inequality, and psychological issues that can affect anyone. Physical violence in relationships can be triggered by various factors, including frustration, excessive jealousy, or an inability to manage conflict. Conflict theory and stress theory can be used to explain how life pressures can act as triggers for physical violence in relationships. Mental violence can involve verbal abuse and emotional control, leading to psychological trauma for the victim. Psychodynamic theories or personality theories can provide insights into how certain psychological disorders can trigger such behavior. Social and economic factors, such as economic pressure or inequality in relationships, can provide context for understanding violence in family or partner settings. Social inequality theory and feminist theory can help explain how gender inequality can be the root cause of violence in relationships. Issues of mental health, environmental influences, and power imbalances in relationships can also contribute to the occurrence of violence. Human ecology theory or system theory can help us understand how relationship dynamics and the environment can play a role in the development of violence.